Welcome to the Infinite Life with Katische Haberfield. I'm a quantum soul therapist, and I'd like to take you on a transformative journey exploring the mysteries of the soul, past lives, and infinite existence. Through over 60 regression case studies, mediumship interviews, and fascinating discussions with interesting human beings, uncover what it means to be a human facing duality on Earth whilst embracing the true nature of reality, non-duality, and unconditional love.
I don't even know that I have words. That was fabulous. There was so many threads of consistency throughout so many lifetimes, even when I was a rock. And I can see the things that resonate in my life. That is amazing. It is laughter and lightness and simplicity, strength, right? And being kind, you can be a leader, but you don't have to be, you can be kind.
Mm.
I love it. And that the lots of lifetimes with my cousin. I like that. I love that you put that in my head. That makes me so happy.
Welcome back to the Infinite Life with Katische Haberfield. This week is session 3 with Joanne. Joanne, welcome back.
Hi, thank you. It's great to be back. It's
So
great to be back, and I'm so curious. I'm so curious to see what you have for me.
I love your curiosity, and this is the bit that I find the fun bit, the afterwards bit that a lot of my clients aren't used to having. And as I said to you before we started recording, previously I've said to clients, just review the sessions in your own time. And now I'm making it mandatory to do this kind of a reviewing session with me, because I think that there's so many insights that you gain from experience yourself in regression. It's curious. But so what we will do now is we will go through Joanne's sessions, and we will pause the recordings when either she has something or I have something to say, and we'll see what insights come and what things we find interesting, what things we don't remember, what things we have had realizations about since we've done the session, because that sometimes happens also. So I'll just share my screen. You are in another place, another time. So this is the first session. Look around you. Engage all of your senses. Look with your mind's eye. Feel and know through your energy body. Listen with your spiritual ears. Whilst you are in this deeply relaxed moment of time, you can speak with me. First of all, what is your first impression?
Nothing. Darkness.
Darkness. Okay. Do you think that the darkness represents nighttime?
Pardon me, represents what time?
The evening. This is where I found this interesting as a first comment, just because you said what time, and why that's interesting is if you were in Earth, you'd be able to say nighttime, daytime, right?
Oh, okay.
And usually, what do you mean time? And so that's where I immediately was like, okay, where are we? Are we in the universe? Are we in, whereabouts are we? So that's the first thing that's going on in my brain is when you're like, what time? But I don't know if you, yeah, we'll just see what else you see when we go through this bit. Would you suppose it was like nighttime?
No, it just feels like nothing.
Like nothing. Okay. So if you could imagine you had a torch in your hand and you could turn that torch on, how would you describe the nothingness? The darkness? Does it have form?
No, it just goes on forever.
Okay. And do you feel like you could describe yourself? Do you feel like you have a body?
I feel little.
You feel little. Okay. And do you feel as though you are a speck of matter, or do you feel like you are like a human being?
I feel like a little human being.
A little human.
My feet are heavy.
Your feet are heavy?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know, what else do you know about being a little human being? Do you feel like this is the beginning of your creation as a human being, or do you feel like you are perhaps quite advanced in your development?
At the beginning?
At the beginning? Okay. Would you describe yourself as being inside the darkness of your mother's tummy?
It just feels so vast. Maybe by water at nighttime.
Okay. Can you hear anything?
It is bizarre to watch.
So it is bizarre, yeah. And so
It
you
is
can
very-
see, sorry?
I feel like a corpse.
It just basically is very relaxed. The thing that I was
Oh.
trying to understand, which is very different when the angels take you into a moment in time, is so when somebody lands in the moment in time and they step into the role of a particular person, some people step into shoes and they're like, I'm looking down and I see a pair of, make it up, slippers.
Okay.
But you were describing what I could see as like a womb. And so where my brain was going is, oh, I wonder if she's going to use this then to move into, because a lot of people have, with different methods of regression, they go back in time to their mother's womb and then they go back into a past life. So I was like, oh, are we about to do that, or are we going to be born? Because you were very describing a womb, and then it transitions from the water of the womb, because the womb is full of amniotic fluid and everything, and then suddenly the water becomes very vast, and I'm like, oh, are we going out into the universe or into a life on the water? So you can see how at this stage my mind's going, there's a lot of possibilities, and
okay.
I have to shut up so that I don't influence the session, but I'm trying to figure out where we're going so I can help. So you see what I mean by it's what kind of water? And I've never had to, I couldn't even think of the word of amniotic fluid, or do you know what I mean? So it was just like, all right, let's see where we go, basically.
Yeah, and I know it didn't feel like a womb. It really didn't.
Yeah. And the other comment is that, so sometimes if you really focus in meditation on your tummy and your solar plexus, you realize that you can go in through your stomach to reach the rest of the universe.
Oh,
it's like your stomach is the portal. Yeah. So you can see how I had all these, sometimes too much knowledge is too much. Do you know what I mean? Because you're like, there's too many.
That's creation. That's the chakra
Yeah.
of creation. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the universe births you as well. And we come into the woman's creation portal, which is the womb. So it's I want to come up with the word symbiosis. It's like it all happens at once. You come from the universe into the womb. We know physically you don't just pop in like that. You are created, but spiritually you do pop in like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
At some
there,
point.
and then you're
Yeah.
there. Anyway, it still
Okay.
baffles me after all this time.
I don't hear anything.
Okay. And how do you feel right now?
Mm.
Do you feel safe?
I don't feel anything. I don't feel scared. I don't feel happy. Oh, maybe it's calm. I just feel calm.
Okay. Calm is a wonderful
I'm
feeling.
not scared.
You're
I'm
not
not
scared?
scared at all. Nope.
Okay.
At peace. I feel calm and at peace.
Perfect. That's a beautiful thing to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel like you're alone at the moment?
Yep.
Okay.
Just me.
How rude. Yep.
Just you. And do you feel like that you are you're waiting for something to happen?
Maybe a little anticipation. Maybe.
Okay. All right. So we might take you down deeper and down deeper so we can explore this feeling of anticipation about what is to
Ooh,
happen.
a ship.
A ship?
I feel a ship coming.
A ship's coming?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because the
Okay.
ship came back the second time,
And-
didn't it?
It did come the second time, yeah.
And it was the same kind of a ship too.
Mm.
Very
How did you see the ship? Did it take form, say, like a certain type of ship?
It really was like a pirate ship. That's the only thing that I can think of. And I'm trying to think. I don't remember if it slowly came into view or if it was just poof there. I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw pirate ship as well. So just let me know what's happening as it reveals itself to you.
It's just a flash of a ship.
Okay, a flash.
I can't even tell. I think it was like, oh, not a cruise ship, but it's just a flash.
Okay. So it's like the ship was going by in the night and you happened to see it
No, it was coming towards me.
coming
Just
towards
a
you?
flash.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you stay
Is
in the
that-
same place when you saw it coming towards you, or did you move? Sorry?
Is it like it starts off really slow for me and then it's like little bits at a time? Is that usually the way that it starts just because I'm afraid or okay, so there's a part of me that's hanging on that needs to get comfortable with the whole process. Okay, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, and as you get deeper and deeper into relaxation, so your brain's got to go from the active state all the way down to the theta state and potentially even the delta state, which is basically sleep. And when you're between the theta and the delta state, you can actually, that's where you can speak in past life accents. You can have conversations where you got totally no idea that this Joanne entity exists. And that depends upon your comfort with doing it and how relaxed you are. And so the beginning of any session, no matter how experienced you are is generally pretty slow. And so I guess part of me at this point here was going, okay, are we going to step into a life where you are a pirate? Or is this ship symbolic of that you're ready to get on board and you're ready to go to the incarnation? Is it a delivery vehicle? I've asked the angels to take you to a point in time and they've dropped you somewhere, and then now a ship has come. We all have different metaphors and similes of what we're used to. So here I'm thinking, are we going to be pirates? Or is this taking us to the next destination? And because also we're in a deeply comfortable space where you're calm, and it feels to me like the universe, I'm like, oh, this could be a ship being represented to Joanne in a way that she feels comfortable, and we're going to whiz off to a planet.
Little did we know what was coming later.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many different options that you've got to be open to. And I'm not surprised anymore, because the first time that I took somebody off planet, I was like, I can do that. So, or we can do that. So it's much more of the, and the only reason that I have to think through these things is if, and it's not likely to happen in the happiest moments of my soul session. In other sessions, you may come across fear, and I need to be going, okay, maybe she's afraid of so-called aliens, or maybe she's had a bad experience on a pirate ship. And so what I'm getting ready to do with is to navigate the fear so that you don't block yourself, and to bring in these sessions the angels to immediately help heal any fear or something to allow you to move forward. Because if you see something straight away that makes you afraid, some people will just jolt out of a session because it's too much for them. And it's very rare that happens. But yeah, if I've got my mind thinking of all the options that could possibly happen whilst trying to listen to you and hold the space for you to be comfortable, then I'm prepared for the different scenarios that could unfold, all without influencing the session.
Yes. Oh, that sounds very complicated. Okay. It was much easier
it or move away from it.
No, it was almost like a movie playing.
Okay.
Just a flash, like a frame.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't move.
You didn't move. Okay. And do you feel like you want to explore that ship more, or that movie flash? Do you feel like you could step into that flash?
I'd like to.
Okay. See if you can. See if you can use your mind to put that ship onto a projector screen like you're going to watch an outdoor movie. And see if you can step into the screen.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like a pirate ship.
It's a pirate ship? Okay, that's fun.
I don't know.
Sounds like an adventure to me. How would you describe the pirate ship?
It's dark. We're back to dark. It's dark. It's wet.
Mm-hmm.
It's the seas are angry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anybody else.
So you're the only person on the ship?
So far.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
I laughed. I don't know why I laughed.
Maybe you like being on the sea by yourself.
Okay.
Examine the feelings that you're feeling right now and the tension in your body. Does your body feel relaxed, or does it feel tense?
Very relaxed.
Very relaxed. Okay, then it would seem to me as though you don't mind being on the ocean.
Okay.
Mhm.
I've always said that I'm a water girl,
Okay.
and I do feel attraction to the sea. There's no doubt.
Okay. Let's just explore this and then explore the attraction to the sea and why you may feel so comfortable being on a sea, which other people might be afraid of. So just allow yourself to relax a little bit more, knowing that if your soul enjoys the ocean, then you're sorry.
It's funny that I felt comfortable being on the ocean because I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, but I'm petrified of flying over the ocean. So I find this interesting that I was very calm and I felt very comfortable on the ocean.
Yeah, and that's interesting because usually if somebody has a fear like that, being petrified of flying over the ocean, it means that you've had a lifetime where you've been killed as a pilot or in the military or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, or I don't know, hang gliding accident, hot air ballooning accident. It's usually the fear is usually connected to a past life thing, and so once you can go in and find the root cause of that,
Okay.
you can heal that fear.
Okay, so how does this equate that myself under hypnosis felt very calm and I brought it up as part of one of the happiest moments of my soul? And yet in real life, mind you, I have flown over the ocean since in the last couple of years, but it's always been like one of my biggest fears. So is it because I've resolved it that now I feel this way?
So it can be many things. One thing it can be is that it's trying to show you that prior to whatever experience you had in the lifetime, potentially, where you were shot down over the water or whatever it is, that you actually loved the ocean.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's why it's a happiest moments, because it's saying that to not like the ocean is not your normal state.
Which is very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what's so interesting about the happiest moments of the soul is that it can show you a contrast to show you your state of being, which is not truthful to you and to your soul, which means you should see the ocean and being calmed on it as your normal state. And if you encounter situations with water that create a reaction that is anything other than relaxed, calm, happy, at one with the ocean, not caring whether there's anybody around or not, then there's something there in your mind that's created a negative feeling or a trauma response or a worry response or a fear response that is waiting to be healed by your mind. Your mind is saying, let's pull out this thread.
Hey.
And restore it back to the natural state of calm.
And enjoyment.
Yeah.
Hey, so what I heard you say is I need to go to Hawaii.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
Sorry.
That's fine. Off you go. Bye. We'll just stop the session now, shall we?
Oh no, I need to
tick
more.
Oh, no, but yeah, I know, but tick yes, tick yeah. Permission.
Okay.
Permission to explore.
Thank you. I should write that down. Like seriously. Okay. See? Manifestation. There it is. Okay, we're good to go.
Soul will be able to see how you feel relaxed, even though it's dark, wet, and the sea is angry, because it seems like
it doesn't sound like fun, does it?
No, but it seems if we like to step aside your current lifetime and go down deeper and deeper, become more relaxed with the rocking of the ocean, allowing the sea to act like a mother rocking the cradle of a baby's bed, allowing yourself to feel more and more deeply relaxed as the ocean makes you feel more and more comfortable. As you begin to adjust to your surroundings, And as you can realize that even though it is dark, you can see because your eyes have adjusted to the darkness. And you can see via the moonlight. And slowly, as you go deeper and deeper into relaxation, you can begin to see the edges of the things that are in this boat that give you an indication of both who you are and what your surroundings are like.
We're in the Caribbean now, and it's calm, clear water.
Beautiful.
And it's beautiful. It's so pretty.
And do you get a sense of whether you feel masculine or you feel feminine?
More feminine.
Feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could examine yourself, could you use those eyes of yours to look down and see what you might be wearing? As you,
It's like I'm looking, but I'm not there.
that's okay. But sometimes we can say, even if I had to imagine it, as I go
I
down and
had
down,
to imagine. I'm
could I,
wearing a flowing dress and bare feet.
okay. And are there any redeeming features of this dress that makes you happy?
It's flowy and light.
And would you be able to say, if you could feel your body, would you feel like you're a young lady or would you feel like you're a middle-aged lady?
A young lady.
Young lady. And she likes the Caribbean and it's so pretty and she's got a flowy dress on. And is there an occasion that she's wearing this flowy dress for, or what do you feel about this dress?
Just walking on the beach.
Just walking on the beach. Okay. And can you describe what she sees for us?
It's funny because this is the place I go to every morning when I meditate.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
think I always say it's Costa Rica, but I don't know if it is.
That's all
The
right.
water is, the sand is soft. The water is beautiful. There are islands so that it's not just big open water.
Mm-hmm.
It's lush and green. There's mountains and waterfalls.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've said it's what I see when I meditate every day, there's my cabin on the lake, on the ocean. My big,
Okay.
beautiful home.
Beautiful. And what can you tell me about yourself in this moment as you're walking on the beach? What do you know about yourself? Are you walking somewhere in particular today that we've come here to see in this moment of time? What has she brought you here to see?
It's what I always say. I'm savoring the moment. I'm just enjoying being here, enjoying nature, beautiful, warm weather. I don't have a care in the world. I am happy. I'm on top of the world.
Beautiful.
I can do anything.
So, Joanne, is that how you start the day off every morning? You feel on top of the world? Yep.
It's you, because it's a meditation prayer all at the same time. So I talk to my angels and my ancestors and whoever else I decide to add to the list that day. And I always say thank you. And I'm also always very grateful. And I always try and ask for something specific for during the day and ask them to make me an instrument of their love. Yeah, I do feel like I can do anything and I'm on top of the world. So why? So we've talked about this since recording this, that this is where I go, my light web node. I can't speak, my mouth is not working properly, but my light web node. Why would I have gone there?
Okay, so I don't really understand light web. I've never done it, and I don't understand light web nodes. But to me, this is a dual representation, because every morning you go to this place to meditate and you start your day in a very happy way. You're peaceful and you're calm, and it makes you feel calm. So there's that one aspect. This is a current moment in your current life where you go every morning. So it's really solidified as
Okay.
already as one of your happiest moments, because
I
you go
love
there,
that.
you make yourself happy every day. Like the rest of us in the world run around and we run down, make a cup of tea, and we get the kids ready and we wrangle the sandwiches, but you start off the day peacefully and blissfully. So it's popped up straight away.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
Yeah, the second part, as I said, put the light web node aside. What I think it could also be is that perhaps you have also had a lifetime in a setting in the Caribbean or somewhere like that, that it is overlaid with a past life persona, because it's so vivid for you that you may actually be reaching into a past life and seeing yourself in a past life, but modernizing it so that the Joanne of today can understand it. I'm not sure. And the second thing is that when we go to, in the second session, we go back to the beach to do something in particular. And so then by the time we get to that second section and review it, you may be able to tie it in for yourself to see that perhaps maybe you've had multiple lifetimes where the beach has soothed you, provided calm, and even when you had to help people, it still centered you. They're my theories.
I am so attracted to the ocean, and it's the West Coast. It's very interesting. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So I've had happy moments in past lives where I have been on a warm, beautiful ocean. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. And yes, this is where we can say to ourselves, how strong is this desire to be by the ocean? And is it something that I wish to follow intensely, relocate to the ocean? Or is it somewhere where I just wish to say, I feel happiest by the ocean, and so when I have the chance to go on holidays, I'm going to locate myself at holidays by the sea, because then they become double happy memories. I solidify it. Yeah.
Did you say solidify or solidify?
Yeah, all of that. Yeah.
Solidify.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you use the happiest memories of the soul session, because you see these are the clues that my soul is giving me that says, I feel great here.
Yeah.
And I can, what you focus on becomes your reality. And if you focus on the happy moments, they intensify and magnify in your life. But what you will see through through the themes of your sessions is that your happiness and your calmness allows you to feel centered, even if there is something going on in the background.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. This is wonderful.
And does she want to show you somewhere else that makes your soul happy?
I don't know, but when you said that, I just saw a cave.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're going in the cave.
I guess so. Lead the way.
It's dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's sandy and there's water.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it popped into my mind something I saw on the computer the other day, this beautiful cave, all these magnificent colors inside. So pretty.
Nature is
Okay.
beautiful, isn't it?
I have something that, okay. I've signed up for this, I don't know what to call it, a mentorship, a year-long masterclass. And as part of it, we go to 3 different places. And so Costa Rica is one, which is funny because this Costa Rica, I don't know, about 5 years ago, just keeps popping up all the time. It's a place I have to go to. So that happened to be one of the retreats. And the other one is Sardinia, Italy, which is where this cave that I just happened to stumble upon on the computer one day came up. So it's funny that I've talked about 2 places that I'm going to in the next year. They're both on the water. And okay, I find that really interesting. So that tells me that I have chosen very well to take part in this, because besides everything I'm going to learn, it's going to nourish my soul in ways that my soul enjoys.
Perfect.
Hey, ooh, I like this.
Good job.
I love nature. Nature is my comfort.
And so going down deeper and deeper into a deeper state of relaxation, allowing your soul to guide you, to show you the happiest moments of your soul, to allow yourself to see other moments in time where you have noticed beauty in nature and the things that make you happy, allowing us to see it through the eyes of the other people that you have been in other lifetimes, allowing us to
see an apple tree.
An
a
apple tree.
Big apple tree.
Beautiful.
And like a field, not a meadow, a field.
Okay. And how does your mind distinguish that it's a field and not a meadow? What do you see that makes it a field?
Because it's got a crop on it.
It's got a crop on it? And are they all apple trees that are in this field, or?
No, it's one apple tree and then like wheat.
Wheat. Okay. And do you want to wander around and have a look at this field and tell us what you are sensing with all of your senses?
I'm sensing a little community, a little like a farm community.
Perfect.
I can see a big red barn. And there's just people. There are people there.
Okay.
Not a lot. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe a family.
Okay. And do you feel interested enough to walk towards them?
And I'm wearing a red dress.
A red dress, lovely.
There's a man with suspenders and a white shirt and a hat, a straw hat.
Okay.
I think he's carrying pails of milk.
Pails of milk?
I think so. He looks happy.
He looks happy? And does he seem to know who you are?
Yes.
Yes. And how does he know you?
I want to say he's my husband.
He's your husband. Oh, how wonderful. Does he have a kind face? Or
yes.
Yes. How would you describe it when you see him? How does it make you feel to see him, your husband?
Proud,
Proud, lovely,
calm.
calm. I just want to make a note here that I know can sound like I'm, I don't know, being condescending or treating you like a little girl, but it's also unique for me because I have had so many sessions where if I introduce somebody to their past life husband or wife, sometimes the reaction is going to be negative
Oh, okay.
because we're coming to a scene where he killed me or
Okay, I get it.
yeah. So for me, it's like, oh, how sweet. Love. Oh, I've forgotten it existed. You know what I mean? Like it's
Okay.
so, yeah.
But no, I didn't think that, but that's very interesting. Okay.
Because I'm like going, oh.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm like, oh, how lovely.
I was gonna ask something and I forgot. It'll come back later. It's something about my reactions. I can't think what it is, but that's okay. It'll come later.
Loved,
Loved.
playful,
And what does he do when he sees you?
he gave me a nice smile.
A nice smile?
Oh, and a wink.
And a wink. Cheeky, is he?
He's very handsome
He's
and
very handsome.
strong.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you know about him?
He's kind.
Kind?
Mm-hmm.
And does he seem to be doing his chores at the moment, or what does he seem to be doing?
I think so. I think he just milked the cows.
Okay. And do you want to follow him, or do you want to look at the other people there?
Let's go see who else is there.
Okay, great.
I'm going to say the little kids.
Little kids? Okay. Let's go look at those little kids. What do you know about them?
There's girls and boys, and they're young, and they're playing, and they're silly, and they're laughing, and they're having fun.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, okay.
What are they
This
playing?
is also because we just put a pool in our backyard a couple of years ago. And I always say my favorite part is if I can close my eyes and I just hear people laughing and playing and being silly.
Hmm.
That really is what makes me the happiest. So isn't that funny? Okay, it's not new. And another thing is I adore little kids. I really do. So apparently this is also something that brings me joy. Okay, very interesting.
Oh, there's chickens and cats.
Chickens? And cats?
Chicken.
Here come the
The
cats.
chickens and cats. They're chasing the chickens and cats.
What color hair do they have?
They're running towards me.
Oh, lovely.
I can't tell how many of them there are, though. It's all fuzzy. I don't know how to explain it. Fuzzy. I don't know.
Just imagine you have a pair of binoculars, and slowly and gradually you can focus them. So you'll probably notice the face or the features of the first child who's running towards you more clearly.
It's a little girl, and she's got long, blonde, curly hair.
Lovely.
Is there a reason that the other kids were hidden from me? So could something have happened to some of my children?
No, I think it's just, it literally is. You move from one scene where you're focusing on your husband to
Yep.
knowing that there's other people that you wish to see,
Yeah.
and then going, all right, imagine if all of your children were running towards you right now. It would act like a blur, wouldn't it? Your eyes wouldn't know where to look because you can sense the energy of everyone's looking, and you're a mum. You don't want to be like, I'm only going to look at this child over here because I love them the best. You love them all. So you want to see them running towards you. Do you know what I mean?
Hey.
Yeah, that's how I sensed it. It's like this, suddenly you're like, oh, I'm a mum and I've got a lot of little kids, and who should I look at? I don't know. I don't even remember them, but they're all coming towards me and they're happy to see me. And oh, what do I do? Who do I look at? Oh, no, I can't. It's too much. So then that's why we use the analogy of binoculars to just focus in on one. And then you don't feel
Okay.
bad that you're just focusing on one, because I've told you to focus in on one. And then they like, ooh, in the background.
That is what it was like. It fuzzy and blurry and yeah. Oh, very interesting. Oh, this is so fascinating. Cool. Okay.
And she's got a bonnet on her head.
Oh,
and
sweet.
like a long dress. So it feels like maybe the turn of the century. Oh, good Lord, how old am I? The other century. The 1900s, like early, I don't know, maybe.
It doesn't matter
She's
about the
just,
date.
she's just pretty and she's happy. And then there's a boy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's wearing suspenders, and he's younger than his sister.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little hat on his head, and he's got freckles.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
I think there's more, but I can't tell.
That's all right. Then these two are the main focus for now. And just let the
Okay.
scene unfold and just focus on them and see if they try to show you anything, or if you feel anything in particular when you see them.
We're holding hands and we're dancing around in a circle.
Oh, that's lovely.
It just feels light and happy and loving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see an old person on a rocking chair on a
Okay.
veranda.
Okay.
And it's a woman.
Mm-hmm. You want to walk over towards her?
It feels heavy.
Feels heavy. Mm-hmm. Maybe not then. Well, you can stay there playing with the children. Do you get a sense of who she is? The woman on the rocking chair? Does she feel like a mother-in-law or a mother, or?
Just, she feels cut off from me.
Okay. Maybe she's emotionally distant from you, whereas you feel more at ease with the children.
I can't tell if she's angry or sad.
Oh, okay.
That's the heavy. It's either angry or sad.
Okay.
Hey, here's the interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had dementia and she passed away not that long ago. So I don't know if there's some kind of a correlation there.
It's the first thing I thought of as soon as I saw the energy, because I had listened to that episode of you talking with Katie Carey on the podcast, on Katie's podcast. The first thing I felt was, this is the happiest moments of my soul. So this is to show us that there was, like, it's not all life isn't fluffy and happy, but there are moments of happiness. And so
Right.
the little kids probably provide you with the joy, and then the big kids probably have to help with that lady, or they have to help with all the chores, so they're not always happy. But the little kids, sometimes you get 5 minutes to dance with them, and then you look over there at that responsibility, and there's something wrong with her, but we're not meant to go into it in this session. But maybe, and then I thought, maybe because you can't tell whether she's happy or sad, maybe she's got dementia or something like that. But in this time, and we don't know which century it is, but we know they have a bonnet, so it's quite a long time ago, they wouldn't have known what that was.
It would have been just senility, right? Or just old age or whatever.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is a dance my mom and I have had before, where I had lessons to learn and I didn't learn them until this lifetime. Does that make sense?
It could be, but it could also be that simply how could you have learned those lessons if it was an undiagnosed medical condition back in those days?
True enough. Oh, and I'm not supposed to say anything about what comes up later, am I?
Totally up
Okay,
to you. People are going to watch the whole thing anyway. But yeah, like it's to me, it seems like that sometimes we can, in this lifetime or in other lifetimes, think I should have known better, when actually the whole society didn't know better, right?
couldn't have known better. All I know is that there's no more dementia in any future lives. That's enough.
Yeah,
I'm good. Not enough. But
yeah,
okay.
do you know what I mean? It's sometimes we do hold on to the blame and say it's my responsibility to fix this, when actually what you can see in this scene is, let's just go with the theory that she has dementia, okay? Because we don't know, because it wasn't revealed. But just let's say she had dementia, and what you're seeing here is she was able to live peacefully, even though she wasn't at peace, on a farm, not in a city, not by herself in a mental health ward. She was surrounded by chickens and kids chasing chickens and cats, and there was fresh milk, and there was wheat, and there was apples, and everybody seemed to get on with life, and it was integrated, but nobody was ignoring the fact that there was something wrong with grandma.
Got you. Okay. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, which parallels some of the things that happened in this life with my mom. Very interesting. And okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I like that. Thank you.
Yeah. And this is part of the beauty of reviewing the sessions, is that we can talk about it now, and then maybe in meditation or somewhere when you're in Costa Rica or on the beach or something, because the ocean is obviously very conducive to psychic realizations, or in the shower or whatever, or swimming in the pool, you go boom, and there's the other bit of the information that didn't come through in the session because we were focusing on happiness, but now I connect the pieces privately.
Put the pieces together. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I love this. Thank you.
And remember, because this is a public scene and you knew you were doing this publicly, that your soul may have been also willing to share a portion and not the full story, because it wanted you to work it out privately.
I also adore that. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
We never force anyone to do something that they're not comfortable with. The soul is in charge. I may be looking like I'm in charge, but as I said, you don't come on this unless you give yourself permission to do it in the first place. And so this is the way of showing the world also at the moment, when we are in so much turmoil, that yes, there is turmoil, but we can still have small moments of happiness in every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, this is lovely.
I feel like I'm not allowed to help.
Okay.
I don't know if it's my house. I don't know.
Okay. All right. If you feel like you're not allowed to help, then just turn around a little bit and see what else you can see.
Sunshine. The air is fresh. I can hear. It's just calm.
Lovely. And do the children want to show you anything else, or where do you seem to be drawn to now? Is there anywhere else here that you'd like to explore?
Okay, I
Anything?
just had the word barn jump
Barn?
into my head.
All right, how about we look around and see if we can find the barn?
The barn is light. It's well cared for. It's a happy place.
Lovely. And what is in the barn? Is it like an animal barn or a crop barn? What is the barn used for?
Animals.
And before we go any further, I wanted to ask you out of curiosity, when you said red barn, there's two distinct types of red barns that I have in my mind as an Australian, because we just don't do red barns here.
Okay.
Is it like an American kind of a Midwestern kind of a barn, or an Amish barn, or it could also be, in my mind from watching YouTube videos, like a Swedish barn? They have red barns and red houses in Sweden and Denmark and Finland. And what was this feeling of the shape of the barn? Could it be characterized by a country?
Yes, like the US.
Like
it would
the
be the
US.
kind of barn that we have in Canada is the same.
Same, yeah.
We actually have a shed in our backyard that's the shape of a barn, and it's a red barn.
Okay.
Interesting. I have to put some thought into that as well. And my grandfather had a farm where my dad was born. And when my grandfather couldn't farm anymore, my father took it over. I actually spent a lot of time on a farm as well. So apparently it wasn't my first rodeo.
Apparently not.
Hey. Okay.
I love this next bit. Animals. Oh, here we go. What kind of animals are in there?
Okay, goats.
Goats. They're fun. Cheeky goats.
Horses. There has to be cows because he milked the cows.
Mm-hmm.
Some pigs. And there's cats running around.
Seems like you've got lots of cats.
Oh, a dog.
A dog.
What kind of dog? I just got sense of a dog. I don't see it yet.
Okay, that's all right. Sometimes you need to wander around. He might be asleep in the corner or hiding in the hay somewhere.
It's more like a short-haired, medium-sized. Got the impression of a black and white kind of dog. Yeah.
And do you know which of the animals are your most favorite?
There's something lovable about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
The horse is majestic and beautiful. The cats and the dog make me happy and they're playful.
Mm-hmm.
The cow is just sweet. And the goats are silly.
Lovely.
I'm happy here.
You're happy? That's wonderful.
Oh, my heart just went, just
Wow.
feels so, I just feel, oh, I'm gonna cry, honey. I feel loved. I feel really loved, like deep in my bones. I feel loved.
Perfect.
Can
We'll
we
just,
stay here?
you can stay there for a moment. Yeah, just soak it in. Sorry.
I have never felt anything like that in my entire life. I remember that feeling was overwhelming. Oh, yeah, we should all have that. Really? We should all have that in our lives. I'm going to cry again. It was amazing. Amazing, amazing. Thank you for letting me feel that, because that was priceless.
And sometimes what it's just showing you is that your heart was open. So your heart chakra was open because you received love in so many different ways, from the animals, from the children, from the safety, the peace of the nature was giving you love. Your husband was giving you love. Like everything was giving you love, and there were no blocks. And then maybe that is your natural state, but there are things that we all let our beliefs and our circumstances block our heart sometimes. And sometimes it's just, we need to work through a few things to reconnect with all the aspects of love in our life, because love is not just romantic love, it's all forms of love. And then when we look at what we may have in our life that doesn't match, or if we have beliefs about love that complicate love, that maybe have like little stones or blocks in, and when you realize what they are and you examine them, you can see how it's just a perspective that needs to change. And once you do that, you get that whoosh, and your heart opens again.
That is so interesting, because the other thing that, as you were explaining, this was a very simple life that I was living, right? Like out in the country, lots of space, just very simple, nothing complicated, which is maybe a message about all the clutter in my life that I know I need to get rid of, but I can never seem to get to, would make me happier. Okay.
Yeah.
Food for thought. Yeah,
And
okay.
it is interesting to see. And that's why I was like, when I was calling for people to do this series, it's, I'm not going to judge you on what your definition of love and happiness is. Maybe your favorite memory is winning the lotto. Do you know what I mean? Or
Right.
buying a new car. That's your definition of love in that moment. And it has a message to send you about something right now, but your soul wants to show you it. So just take it on board and say, how fascinating. And just then be curious.
Okay. Oh, this is so fascinating. I love this.
Soak all that energy in. It's really important to
Yes.
deeply feel that love. So just deeply feel that love. Really soak it
It's
in.
beautiful. How did we get here on a pirate ship? That's wackadoodle.
No, don't worry about that now. Just connect with your heart. And just connect with that deep sense of feeling deeply loved. Feeling,
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
that's it. Just connecting with that deep sense of love.
I don't think I have ever felt anything like this in this lifetime.
Soak it in. Let that deep sense of loving permeate every part of your body. Allow it to nourish you. Allow it to heal you. Allow it to fill up those buckets of longing that you have had in this lifetime for such a love. And allow it to spill over into spare buckets, so that when you need it the most, you can come back to this moment in time and feel more and more love deeply resting you, deeply nourishing you. And I just want to point out why I said that, because anytime that you do feel sad or discouraged or not at peace, you can go to meditate and request to be taken back to that moment in time, and you instantly access the energy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because that has been anchored in your mind now as a place mark, a bookmark, so to speak.
Okay.
And
Oh
so what I also did there is where you have the extra buckets of love, that's
Yeah.
self-love, right? So you can self-love.
Okay. When you
So
said that, have you ever seen that movie Monsters, Inc.?
yeah.
So you know how they collect the laughs? That's what I was picturing in my head as I was filling up all those canisters and storing them
Okay.
full of love.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
like
self-love is part of the component of love. And if you are in a situation, you can't experience that all the time. Otherwise, we'd get nothing done. We'd be like marshmallows in a sea of hot chocolate all day. You can go, all right, today was a hard day. So tonight when I go to sleep, I'm just going to request that I go to that moment in time for just 2 minutes to top up my own bucket of love.
Okay. Okay, I love that. Okay.
So it's just quiet at the moment because you're experiencing the love.
It was good. This is fabulous. I'm definitely going to use this.
And what else is also good is in the very first moment when the heart chakra blew open and you felt that love, your whole face went red. So you can see that the things that you feel and experience in other lifetimes have a physiological reaction on your body in the present moment.
Just like meditating, right? We'll do the same thing as your body actually goes through those. Okay. So when I watch this again, I'll pay close attention to that. That's amazing. It's funny because in the moment that went by very quickly.
Mm.
That was lovely.
Beautiful. And so look around now and see if you'd like to walk out of the barn and see yourself walking towards another beautiful, happy moment in time. Just allowing your interests to drive you. So just noticing any little curiosities or things that spark your attention and letting me know as they come up into your mind, or you can smell them or hear them. Doesn't matter how small. Just go deeper and deeper into relaxation, but allowing your spiritual senses, your spiritual ears, your spiritual eyes, your spiritual sense of knowing to take over. And
I'm on
allowing,
like a path and I'm skipping.
you're
And
skipping.
there's trees on either side of me.
And what do you know about this path? Is it a path with grass or path with leaves? What's on the path?
It's like a gravel or dirt path.
Okay. And do you have a sense that you've been on this path before? Is this a new path to you? Or does the person who's skipping seem like they know the way. They seem very happy if they're skipping.
They're happy and lighthearted and don't have a care in the world.
Beautiful.
And it almost feels like it's skipping into the unknown.
Okay. So see if you can skip along and merge with that energy and become the girl skipping or the boy skipping. I'm not sure who's skipping.
I think it's a boy.
It's a boy? Okay. So let us become the boy and let us feel his excitement about skipping into the unknown. Okay, so I just want to explain one thing there. What I saw, which is what I didn't say, was I very clearly saw that it was a girl skipping with pigtails, right? Like you have right now. And exactly like you have right now. And that was your inner child.
Okay.
So she was excited to see what the next adventure is. And that was a transition scene. Okay, so instead of a pirate boat, we got your inner child was happy and was about to skip into the next scene. And then when I asked you to step into it, you became the boy of the next life.
Very interesting. Okay. Okay.
Let us see what adventure he has to show us. And yes, surprise, your inner child likes adventures.
Fishing, sitting
That seems
on
to be a big theme, doesn't it? Yeah.
a river bank.
Fishing, lovely. And what kind of, does he have a homemade reel or a shop bought reel? How would you describe how he's fishing?
This is just a stick and some string.
Stick and some string?
Ooh, there's frogs. I love frogs.
Are the frogs in the water or are the frogs beside the boy?
They're on the shore and then they jump in the water and they're swimming around.
Mm-hmm.
It's just peaceful and quiet. Beautiful blue sky, some white clouds. It's quiet. You can hear crickets. And some birds. It's all along. It's just quiet.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot
Peaceful,
of quiet
happy.
moments. I find that interesting too. Obviously, more country, nature, open spaces, quiet seems to be repeated over and over, doesn't it?
And not knowing where you live currently, are you in a city or are you in a country area?
I'm it's outside of the city. It's a little town.
Okay.
And we don't have acres, but we have almost a quarter of an acre for our yard. And there's lots of trees around. And okay, so this is something that's in my soul. Very interesting. Okay.
Mm. So if you had chosen to live in the city in a high rise, I would have said, are you miserable? And then you might have said yes.
No, I am very happy where I am.
Simple.
Mm-hmm.
Simple pleasure.
Does he seem like he catches anything or does he just like sitting?
I think it's just sitting.
Just sitting? Mm-hmm. Is he pretend fishing or is he doing real fishing? You know how sometimes little kids copy what their parents do? Pretend
I
fishing?
think it's just pretend.
Lovely. So that must mean he's probably pretty little then.
He's 6, maybe 7, maybe 8, something like that. He's a little guy.
A little guy. And he feels perfectly content by himself, just sitting there pretending to fish.
Absolutely.
Lovely. I can see his little legs going with happiness. And what does he do next? Does he follow a frog or a bird? Does he wander along the shoreline? Where does his curiosity take him?
He's going for a swim.
He's going for a swim. Lovely.
Water.
And how does the
Right?
water feel?
Warm.
Mm-hmm.
Not hot, but it's not cold.
Mm-hmm.
And he's perfectly comfortable in the water. And he's
Mm-hmm.
safe.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell.
He sounds like a natural born swimmer to me. When kids just take like a fish to water.
Yeah, he's just playing. He's
Mm-hmm.
not swimming. He's just playing,
Mm-hmm.
like splashing around and laughing. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mud bottom.
Mm-hmm. And does he seem like he believes in magical creatures? Like he can see, I don't know, a brownie or a fairy or something in the water that he's playing with? Or does he just seem perfectly content with his own company?
Just his own company.
Uh-huh.
Just carefree, silly fun.
Oh, and there goes Max. Did you see him? He just came in. No, this is.
Oh, did he?
I was just wondering where he starts to come in. Yeah.
Oh, he's going home and he doesn't seem happy about going home. Home feels heavy.
Oh dear. Okay.
I was going to say I'm making it up, but I'm making it up. I don't know what's going on.
That's
It
all
just
right.
feels like maybe he just doesn't want to go home.
Could be. Why don't you follow him and see through his eyes so you can try to understand the emotion that he's feeling?
Yeah, it feels heavy. It just, every step he takes, it's like it weighs him down.
Okay.
And you know what? It feels like it's not, nobody's mean to him. It's because there's so much responsibility. And
Oh, okay.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
nobody's mean to him. He just has, I feel like either he doesn't have a mom or he doesn't have a dad. I don't know. There's somebody not there, and he has to be the big boy. And he
Okay.
doesn't want to be the big boy. He just wants to be the little boy.
Yeah, I can
Playing in
understand that. Yeah. So he gets some time in his day to be the little boy, and then he has to go do his chores, I guess.
Oh, I like that. Whoever's left to care for him makes sure that he has time to go and play and just be a little boy. That's nice.
Yeah, lovely. And can you see, is he the kind of little kid who makes fun out of the chores? As in, he doesn't really want to do them, but he's going to make a game out of them anyway? How does he navigate?
No, I don't think he's even considered that chores could be fun. I think
Okay.
there's too much.
Okay.
It's too much.
Too much. Yeah.
But I'm glad they let him go and play and be a little boy. That's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. And does he want to show you something else in his life that makes him happy? That helps him cope in these?
He has a little sister. Oh, there's more cats. He has a little sister that he takes care of, and he likes to play with the cats. I don't see the adults. I just see a little sister. I think he loves his little sister a lot, and he tries to make sure that she's happy.
Okay, that's nice. And
It
what
just
makes
feels dark.
What makes his
So
sister happy? How does he know to look after his sister and make her happy? What does he do to make her happy?
I think he makes silly faces at her.
Silly
He
faces?
just, I think he's just a big goof with his
Mm-hmm.
sister.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels very protective of her.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good boy. And he feels, it's weird, he feels comfortable in his skin. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make sense for a little boy? He feels
Yeah, sure.
like he knows he's good.
That would make
Yeah,
sense to me because he gets to play, right? And if he was feeling like he was bad, then I think then maybe that adult would be mean to him all the time, but that adult allows him to have fun. So therefore he knows he's a good boy because he's allowed to have fun. Would you say that's kind of right?
it's deeper than that.
Okay.
It's not how anybody else makes him feel. It's he has a knowing. He knows.
He knows. That's good.
He just knows he's good. Can't explain that very well.
That's all right. As long as it's a knowing, it's a feeling, it's a deep sense of, that's really wonderful.
It's just weird for a young little boy, but he knows he's good. Oh, hold on. He can see an angel.
Ah,
I think that's what it is. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. That just popped in there that there's this big angel and he can see it. It's a girl angel.
a girl angel. How wonderful. He's very lucky to be able to see the angel.
Yeah, more bells are going
How
off.
does the angel make him feel? Do you know?
So the more spiritual I get, I don't know if it just coincides with all the other work that I've done on myself, but the more spiritual I am, the happier I am. So it's interesting that this popped up as one of the happiest moments of my soul, a little boy who's clairvoyant. I find that very interesting.
Clairvoyant and clairsentient.
Yes, okay.
Because clairsentience is knowing.
And he knew he was good.
So he's got 2 clairs in that lifetime that we discover anyway.
Okay. Very interesting. Okay.
See if you can see that.
I think that's why he knows he's good.
Okay.
That's why he knows he's loved and he's safe and he's good.
Okay, lovely. Because otherwise he would just say to you, the angel tells me I'm good.
But he feels it in his bones that he's good. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Okay.
Does he have any other happy secrets about the angel that he can share with you?
They're friends.
Your friends? Lovely.
I don't have anything else, just
That's
that
all right.
they're friends.
They're friends. Lovely.
Oh, wait, maybe it's his mom.
No, his
I don't
mum.
know.
Could
That
be.
just popped into my head, so I don't know.
That's all right. We're just, anything that pops in is important. And so maybe his mum has come back as an angel to look after him.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
And is he showing you anything else now?
Just the way his angel is stroking his face, and he's looking lovingly at her, and she's looking lovingly at him. It's just beautiful.
That's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how you're experiencing that there right then, yeah?
Soaking it all in again.
Mm-hmm. Very
He's
peaceful.
showing her a cat. What is it with these cats?
Is there a particular cat that he likes the most?
It's a little kitten.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little fluffy tabby. Gray and white. Gray, white, gray, white. He just pulled a frog out of his pocket to show his mom.
Okay, I just realized my son did that. He
Really?
he went on a big walk and he came back with his short pockets full of frogs, toads, actually. I don't
Toads.
know.
How lovely for you.
Oh, it's okay. I like frogs and toads, so it doesn't bother me. But
Okay, yeah.
it's
I know you
just
like frogs, but toads is a whole nother thing, right? You're like, yeah.
so I find that very interesting that it's just a weird coincidence. Or maybe I took something that happened in my no.
There's no such thing as coincidence.
Okay, so tell me more. Does that mean anything?
So I can't tell you because I don't know, but it would seem to me that your son has produced a exact replica of a past life memory, and maybe it's his soul trying to give you a clue to who he is.
Oh my God. That involves a lot of thought. I'm going to have to put a lot of thought into that. I've had something interesting come up with him as well in a reading, that he's a very important component in my life and that he helps me heal. So, oh boy. Okay.
Okay, and then this is where I tell you also that there is privacy of the souls involved, so that just because if you go away and think about it and you get other things pop into your mind, which is a form of clairvoyance, that then you have to sort through the responsibility, and generally it's for you to know and for you to help understand your relationship, but not for you to go barreling up to him and say, guess what? I think you're my mum.
No, that's my daughter. I keep joking. She has been my mom in every previous life because she always knows everything and she's my great counselor. But that would be really funny.
Yeah, because we have many lifetimes and many different mums, but it may help you understand as you journey through your spirituality to understand who has incarnated with you in this lifetime that has been with you before. And what I find is it can be helpful, very helpful, and help you navigate bumps. But it also can be difficult because then you're like, who do I share this with? Sorry, I just moved some energy there. And that's where your spiritual communities or your spiritual besties or your spiritual coaches or mentors come in, because you're like, well, I need somebody to talk to about this realization that I've had. And I can't tell my husband or my son or whoever because it's just not the right time. And I don't know if they're aware of it, and I don't want to jeopardize things. But I need somebody to talk it to. And if you're not a journaler, then you need somebody who understands these kind of things to go, right, help me go through this realization.
Yeah.
What does it mean for me? How do I keep moving forward knowing that my son, let's just say he is your mum from a past life, is my mum from my past life? Does it make me see him differently, or does it just make me understand things a little bit more? Does it make me feel secure in knowing that there are people who are there to help me lifetime on lifetime? Does it make me secretly want to give him toy frogs for the rest of his life wrapped up in a Christmas cracker and have him never know the significance, but it brings me joy? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Okay. Just off the cuff, it just makes me feel very warm and fortunate and grateful is how
Yeah.
it makes me feel in the moment. Yeah, that I've had the pleasure of being through several lifetimes with them and have a love of frogs and toads. Okay. I love that. That's lovely.
He's a good boy. He's got a good heart.
Words I use to describe my son. That's funny.
But there you're talking about yourself.
I am, but I find that hilarious because I have used those exact words to describe my son. That is hilarious.
Mm.
So now I have to think about that too. Okay.
Yeah, but don't overthink, because the feeling leads you to the intuition, which leads to the knowing rather than the thinking.
Well, the only other part of thinking that came is that I'm a good person. That's what came, was that, oh, I'm telling myself, you are a good person. You're a good girl this time around. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it. Beautiful.
Yeah. You can just feel how much comfort that provides you with knowing that you're a good girl. You're just really deeply resting in peace now. Because I can feel it in my heart right now.
Could you?
Yeah. Well, no, right now I can feel it. Yeah. That's this moment here, there's invisible healing going on.
Okay.
Because for me, you can see how your eyes have sunk further back behind your eyelids. It's like you've gone down deeper.
Is that right?
Mm.
Oh,
So that's what I'm doing. I'm monitoring you very closely
right.
to see your reaction, to see the depth of the level of relaxation you're at.
Okay. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, which is just releasing energy, right?
That's right. Yep. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, there's Max again.
There he is.
What are you sensing now?
I'm floating in space.
You're floating in space. How wonderful.
This is where things get weird.
Look at
It's floating in space too.
So you must be with the angels again?
It's dark, but I can see all the stars and planets, and there's lots of like bright spots all over the place, like planets. Yeah. And I'm just floating.
Okay. And does it seem like anything? Sorry. Meanwhile, my face is going, can you believe that just happened with my cat? And I'm trying to be professional.
I enjoyed the way you. That's really funny.
Yep. And the sky is trying to get your attention. No, this is the next interesting bit, yeah.
Like an orange glowy streak. Orangey yellow.
Does it feel like you can float towards it to check it out, to see what it is? Just for curiosity's sake, or do you feel like...
I feel electric all of a sudden, like I'm buzzing.
Okay. Is that good?
Oh, it's okay. I don't know what I am. I can't tell what I am. It feels like an uninhabited planet.
Okay.
There's nothing. It's just orangey, like desert type thing. There's it's windy. And warm, but not hot. Sounds stupid, but it's like there's like in the Roadrunner cartoons, there's like a sign, but there's nothing else really. It's just, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner cartoons.
I used to watch that. That's why I knew exactly what you were talking about. Okay. And what do you know? Did you see what's on that sign?
It's pointing. It's an arrow. It's an old piece of wood.
I wonder what it was pointing at.
That's weird. It just ends. there's just black beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was cut off. I can't tell what it is. Is it like space again?
Could be. Do you feel like the planet used to be inhabited?
Oh. Yeah, because why would there be a sign there or a piece of wood?
Could be. It could be either the planet is new or the planet is old, but the color orange might give you a clue.
Well, the orange chakra being born creation, is that what you're getting at?
I was just trying to explore to see what you could pick up at that stage without influencing it.
Do I feel like it's new. It's young.
Young. Okay. And do you feel like you have some kind of connection to this planet?
My feet feel heavy, like I'm standing.
Okay. Have a look down at your feet.
I can't tell you what I just saw. That was weird. It was like duck feet or
gosh.
something. Not quite.
That's
Good
all right.
Lord.
It doesn't matter. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're doing the happiest moments of your soul, so you would be here because you are happy to have duck feet.
Ridiculous.
They even wrote a book called I Wish I Had Duck Feet, right? So
Dr. Seuss.
so put
What the heck?
Dr. Seuss's duck feet on and then you can have an adventure.
There's that word again.
Okay.
I've seen some incredible things, so go with the duck feet, I reckon.
Okay. It's sandy.
Sandy? Mm-hmm.
It's sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I have duck feet, there's got to be water somewhere.
Or maybe those duck feet help you grip in the sand. It's a sand duck.
I don't understand.
Is this
That's all right. It doesn't have to make logical sense to your mind. You just, sorry.
so? Why would I laugh? I'm trying to understand this. See, this is where it's I'm deeply hypnotized and it's my soul, but why is my crazy human laughing?
Because it doesn't make sense. And because sometimes you dip in and out of state of depthness as your logical mind says, come on, Joanne, get with it. And you pull yourself out and then you're like, oh, no, but I've got to be a duck. And you're like, no, I'm not a duck. I've just got a duck feet. And then you're trying to put yourself back in there and it seems so ridiculous. And then your soul's laughing at you like, get over it. It's fun. We're here to do happy moments. Stop being so serious, Joanne. And then you're like, okay, let me get back into it. That's
So
sort of
it's part of my ego is still, I'm still there. Like
Yes.
he's brought me under, but I'm still there.
you're still
Which
there,
is-
yeah. You like you observe yourself observing yourself, but then also your soul likes ridiculous things. You like frogs in pockets and you like chickens and ducks and cats and silly things make you happy. You're not frightened. You find it, you use laughter to get through anything that might be strange or awkward or potentially fearsome because you like to turn it into an adventure, basically. You like to lighten up and step into like that arrow for me was go this way, but you were hesitant to go that way. And so now they're like, we'll show you the thing that you're afraid of, but that you'll find funny anyway. You got duck feet.
Oh, you know what? It makes so much sense because laughter is the way that I get over things. And until you said that, I'd never noticed that, but that is absolutely right. Oh man, I love this. I'm quite
And
enjoying
because
it.
also you hadn't been off planet yet in this session, and this is your first time in a regression session, right?
I've done a piece of one once,
Right.
but I don't think that it was done very well. So this is the first time I'm going to say that I've really been
Yeah.
in a session. Yes.
So it's unusual to allow yourself to be so comfortable and relaxed to allow yourself to go off planet. So that's why it was like that sign was pointing to the edge of the universe, and you're like, here we are again. I've got to jump, but I can't jump. And what am I jumping into? So you're allowed to be confused because you've just done a whole lot already. And I'm just letting you go, because if I thought, oh, no, I don't want her to go off planet, I'm censoring your soul's need to go off planet. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yes,
I'm just
okay.
allowing yourself to see, because I know that if you're done, you will wake up immediately and we're done. But you're still
Which is what happened the second time, right? I told you that I can't remember the words that I used, but it was basically, oh, I was back in the field where you started me off. So that was
yeah,
like
we're
okay,
done.
I get it.
Yeah.
And then that also explains why I remember at some point here I said that it was just like black, it was cut off. It's because I didn't want to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like, yeah, your logical mind is, I don't know if I can cope with it. This is all very new, but you started laughing. So your soul's like, see, you're going to enjoy it. You'll be fine.
Okay, excellent.
We're
Okay.
braver than we think, because there's nothing to be brave about. You've already been there and done it. Yeah.
Already been there and done it. That's right. And it's happy. I know that it's happy.
Yeah, you know that it's happy. You just need to step your feet into that sand and let the feet do the talking. Allow them to take you somewhere.
I definitely feel my actual feet feel like they are some kind of a bird foot with just like 3 big toes on it with long nails.
Mm-hmm.
Like claws, not nails.
Okay.
Oh my God, what am I, an ostrich or something? I don't know.
Don't be afraid. You just look with curiosity.
I told my daughter-in-law this story. So she is very spiritual and I can talk to her about all of this stuff. And when I said the duck feet, that's the first words out of her mouth. Oh my God, what were you, an ostrich? I didn't remember that I had said that. That is so funny. That is, oh, more to think about. Okay.
So, and sometimes somebody who is spiritual gets a psychic sense, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because you may be allowed to share a sense that you don't even know that you're giving them permission, but you just flash them an image and they're like, they're just on your wavelength suddenly. You know how suddenly you can fill in the blanks for someone else and you don't know why? That's just because there's energy around you. You're comfortable with them and you set them off a flash without realizing it. And yeah, there you go.
Brilliant.
And because let's not forget that we have been indoctrinated to believe that humans are the only form of life and that everything else is an alien and is therefore coming to conquer, dominate, and is scary.
That's very true. And it doesn't have to be, okay?
You're like an artist. Imagine you're an artist trying to create a sculpture of yourself, because this is a happy memory. So you're proud to be this being.
Why do I? Okay, I'm happy.
Yeah, you are happy. I can see that. So
it's making me laugh.
yeah,
I want to dance with these crazy feet.
we'll dance. See what happens if you try to dance.
I think I'm graceful. I'm graceful with these sexy bird feet.
Beautiful. Would you describe yourself as having like? I just have to get a quick drink of water because I don't have a big jug like you. I've got a little one. I'll be back. I won't be a second.
Absolutely. Now you're good.
Now I've got my big jug of water. Right. Feathers, like when we think of a bird, we think of feathers. Do you think you are soft and have feathers?
You're gonna have to take me there slowly because I can't see beyond the feet. So let's look beyond the feet. It's reptilian. I have, what the heck am I? It feels like I have a big, long, heavy reptilian tail.
Okay.
Can I show you something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my granddaughter gave me this. It was 3 Christmases ago. Just let me find this. It was the weirdest thing in the world for her to give me. Okay. I don't know. Can you see this?
Oh, yeah. Is it like a dinosaur, a green dinosaur with headphones on?
And look at how many toes it has. It has
3.
3 toes.
Like duck
Yeah.
feet.
Like exactly like I said.
And the dinosaur is dancing.
Yeah. It's called, did you just say the Dan? That's what we call him. Dan, the dishwashing dancing dinosaur, I think. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So my granddaughter is also very mediumistic. So I'm wondering if there's not something to think about later, but I sent that to my daughter-in-law and she just about peed herself laughing. So it's okay.
And we do get signs. I have collected postcards. I have visited places. I've had people gift my children things or myself things that are exact things that come from a past life. But there are, so I'll give you an example. My mother went overseas for a big European holiday last year or the year before, and she went to a Viking center. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she brought back my kids some cufflinks and then a coin. Now, the coin was a replica coin. It's double-sided, and it's got 2 different periods that the coin is from, but it's a souvenir. And she gave it to me, and I don't speak to her about anything spiritual. I did a past life regression 2 years prior to that. So it must have been last year that she came back, where I was a Viking and I knew exactly the time period, and I knew that it was an event that was of such repute that I could probably look it up in history. So I did this regression, and then it started off with me painting emotions. I painted this scene, and then I went and did the regression because I was very emotional when I was painting. And then I was responsible for the loss of a certain number of lives. And so I thought, what happens if I Google this? Was there in this time period, whatever? And I came up with the Viking Museum in the United Kingdom that my mother ended up going to several years later. And the coin she brings back is the exact date I said I wrote down.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
yeah, you can't.
What
are the chances? You can't make it up. So yes, you do get pieces that you'll come across or sent to you that other people may tell you it's just a coincidence, don't be stupid, but you know that these are signposts, because part of the journey of moving into your spiritual gifts is to understand that it feels weird, even to the most experienced medium, psychics, clairvoyants, regression therapists. It still feels weird to everybody, even when they're experiencing things. But these are the signs, these are the gifts that we're shown so that we realize we are not insane. We just have the ability to perceive what everybody else chooses to ignore.
That's very fair put. I like that.
And the reptilian narrative is particularly important because what we have to understand is that just like on Earth there is good and bad, and there are good people and bad people, we have been fed a narrative which only ever casts the reptilians as bad.
Right.
And so that's a stain on their race. There's not all reptilians are bad.
Right.
So the
a
fact
reptile
that
living in my house. I have a gecko that I've had
That's
for the
right.
past 17 years. So no, he's a good guy.
Yeah, that's right. And so it's part of that is this narrative of understanding that all species aren't good or bad, and that we don't have to fear all reptilians, and they aren't just politically conquering the world or whatever the conspiracy theory is. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
So I love your dancing dinosaur dishwashing dude.
And the fact that I have left him on display, because she told me he was a dishwashing dinosaur. And so he's been on the sink for 2 or 3 years, which is an odd thing to have on your sink, but apparently it has some significance between her and I. So there you go.
And important to note also that you haven't brainwashed yourself to bring that dinosaur into your dreams or your regression sessions. Okay?
No, because I didn't put anything together until a week and a half later. I just went, oh my God. And then it was the words that I used to describe myself. It was like, there's the picture of it right there. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
Bird feet. Oh, I'm a beauty. Green. I am green.
Oh,
My
and I'm green.
My feet weren't green, but I'm green.
Okay.
Funny.
My feet were yellowy orange, but
Okay.
I'm green.
Yep.
Oh my God, whatever. I can't
And so
tell
you can
what
see,
kind of a
can you see how I was looking like I was having a whole nother conversation in my head there? I don't know if you were focusing more on yourself.
No.
All right. So I've noticed myself, and that's because one of my spirit guides, he's not a spirit guide, he's a friend. His name is Venra. And he is the past life brother of Katie Carey.
Oh, okay.
And he often pops in to navigate in my head and explain things when I'm not explaining. Because as soon as you described who you are, and I think I might say it later on, or I'm like, did you have a past life with Katie Carey? Because you're describing quite similar. And Venra's there going, you know, it's not the same, not the same.
Ah, okay. Because
And
you
so
did tell that Katie had 3 feet. So she was. Yeah,
yes. And so you can see I'm thinking, I can see myself thinking, and I can see myself hearing Venra going similar but no. And the reason that they do that is it's like, we just want you to concentrate back over here. We know that you're already connecting to a similarity, and you need to distinguish it so that you don't get distracted. And no, but yeah, and then I'll just stick around anyway because I like hanging out with you. So I'm like, shut up, Bender, just shh.
Focus. I need to focus.
Yeah. Thanks for the visit, but shh.
I can't tell. Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. What can you tell about what makes you happy here on this
Dancing.
orange? Dancing makes you happy. Well, really.
Here's that done. Oh, God.
And
Do you
I
like to
just had this,
dance for fun, or does dancing do something to the planet?
and I saw skipping, like skipping a rope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is so bizarre.
That's okay. Do you know what comes to my
I'm a,
mind? Sorry, you go.
I'm a child, whatever this is.
You're a child? Yep. Okay, that's a good way of your mind to demonstrate that you are a child. Yep.
Okay, sorry, you were going to say.
No, that's all right. Child is how your mind was trying to show you by skipping and dancing that you were youthful and young and happy. Yeah. So what does this child do? What makes them happy other than skipping and dancing?
It's just freedom to be. I've got no cares. We're back to this savoring the moment. I have nowhere to be, no one to be, and nothing to do, just be. And it just feels free and fun. There's no structure, there's nothing required of me.
Mm-hmm.
I see mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I can just go and run up and down the mountains if I want.
All right, so why don't we go do that just for fun?
Okay. Ooh, I'm in good shape.
There's Max.
It's like there's not much gravity.
Okay.
It's easy. It's easy to go up and down.
Okay.
It's very bare. There's no trees. There's no grass. There's no flowers. But it's still pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no water. There's usually always water, but there's no water here.
Okay.
The sky is not blue. The sky is everything is that same orangey yellow. And there's nothing but rocks and sand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a sun, but it's light out. I feel big. I'm big, but I'm young.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like there are other young ones around you?
No, I don't see it, just me. I can tell there are other bigger ones,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see them. I just sense them. They're over there.
Okay. And do they feel like they are doing work?
Oh, they're doing work. They're doing something. They're busy.
They're busy, mm-hmm. But doesn't
They're
concern you.
No.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Because sometimes grown-ups go to new planets to help develop the planet, and so maybe that's what your mum and dad did, and they're off doing busy work and you're just playing. I don't know, it could be something like that.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
Sounds like a good deal to me too.
um, yeah, it's just carefree. Oh, and the air feels so clean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish I could describe this better. Oh, it's like yummy.
Mm.
What a stupid word, but it's so fresh. It's almost got a taste to it. You could just feel it go through your whole body, like it's cleaning and cleansing with
Mm.
every breath. Oh, it's lovely.
Well, do you just want to take a few deep breaths for a few minutes and enjoy the cleansing and cleaning air?
Is that more healing?
Yeah, I think also
It
it's
feels healing.
lovely.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't remember this. I remember
Invigorating.
Mm-hmm.
parts of it, but not all of it. And I noticed
Invigorating. It's like you're inhaling life itself.
Wow.
we're back to
Well, that's
this.
pretty cool for having started off with duck feet. I like this place.
Funny. The same things keep coming up over and over again. Open, fresh, clean. This savor the moment, which, by the way, is the name of my company, is savor the moment and serenity. So it's something that is very important for my soul. Good name. Good name, Joanne. Okay. Oh, this
Well
is
done. High five. Well, enjoying the air.
I'm underwater now.
Okay.
I've always joked that I was a mermaid in another life. That's not what this feels like. What does this feel? Feels dark and purple, like a
Okay.
dark indigo, like an indigo purple. And I don't think it's water.
Okay.
Like it's got the consistency of thick water. And I'm moving very quickly.
Okay.
And there's things going by. What are these things going by? They almost seem like rocks. Oh, I have no idea what this is.
That's all right. Do you feel that you were different in form to when you had the sensation
Duck
of
feet?
being?
No,
Yeah. No, you
no
feel
more
like the
duck
same.
feet.
No more duck feet.
I feel like I'm a rock.
It could be a rock.
Oh, good Lord, I'm a rock now?
We have to be everything and everything.
I feel I, or maybe it's like a comet.
Oh, okay. Could be a comet.
That feels more accurate. There's the something behind me. As I'm going through this, there's something trailing. There's the words I was looking for. Something trailing behind me.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's all right. Just keep exploring, keeping your curiosity open, seeing where it leads you.
Yeah, it's like a thick liquid. It's not air. But it's light, and I'm going very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's others of me. That's what these other rocks are. There's others of me, and we're all going in the same direction really quickly.
Okay. Do you get a sense of why you're all going in the same direction very quickly?
Feels like we have a mission.
Okay.
We're going to do something, and it's very important. Feels
Okay.
very serious. It feels very serious.
Okay.
Maybe we're going to not conquer something, but we're going to find something,
Mm-hmm.
start something.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, like we're the elite that have been chosen
Mm-hmm.
to go like ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like we know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Feels very important.
Okay.
I think this is something that I'm very proud of,
Mm-hmm.
to have been a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
And these aren't my friends. They're like my peers, my coworkers, my army brothers and sisters.
Okay.
And I feel I'm not I feel masculine energy,
Mm-hmm.
very strong, very sure. What's the word? Regimented? That's not the
Mm-hmm.
word. Disciplined.
Okay.
Feel very
Disciplined.
disciplined. Serious. I feel very serious and proud. And it just seems to go on forever and ever.
And do you feel like you can take us to where you're getting to, or do you feel like that was just the purpose to show you?
It just feels like it goes on and on. Okay, see if we can get somewhere.
See my face there? Sorry. Max just suddenly decided to lie on my computer and it flipped.
You're not giving him the attention that he wants.
Oh. Very interesting point there, which I didn't connect until now because we hadn't done the next session. But this is the transition from your soul displaying how it's happy when you're in your feminine to how your soul is happy when it's in its masculine.
Okay.
Because this is a happy moment.
Right.
And you feel differently when you are incarnated in masculine energy, because for you, happiest moments, well, so far that we've been shown, are pride, doing something that's disciplined and strict, and you're helping, you're going out, you're having an adventure, but it's very important, and there's possibly some danger associated, but you were selected because you are good at your job. And I think that gives us a very interesting insight.
Right.
Some
Even the little boy, right? The little boy was taking care of his sister. Oh, and he had a lot of responsibility for a little guy. Oh,
Sorry, it wasn't the first, but it wasn't the first masculine, but it's the different. So having a job and a purpose also can make you feel very happy. So it's not just that you need to discard everything and go sit in the middle of the bush and do nothing. It's that you need to have access to that serenity and those moments of serenity and situate yourself in serenity, but you also need purpose.
which is funny because I retired for all of about 10 seconds before I started my business. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Because I really can't ever see myself not doing something. You know what I mean? And I don't mean something like golfing or whatever. I just have to do something. Very interesting.
And that's why I'm assuming why we didn't go into depth to see what happened, was because the moment of happiness was on the way there. It was being selected, it was being picked, it was being in charge, and then you had to go off and do whatever you had to do, which was possibly a much heavier responsibility, but your soul didn't choose to show you that, because your soul chose to show you the feeling of the start of the adventure and the pride that you had.
Okay. Because the rest may not have been happy.
The rest may not have been happy, no.
Okay. Okay, well, that makes so much sense. Oh, I love this. Okay.
No.
No. Okay. That's all right. They may have just been wanting to show you that moment in time. Do you feel yourself getting heavier?
Just one foot feels heavy, but no.
One human foot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We'll just allow that heaviness to develop. Okay. And so that's when I know, that's when you've given me the cue that you've had enough.
Okay.
And I'm just going to leave it there now, and we will do the second part of the review next week, as the session was going to go for 3.5 hours and it was too big for the software to upload. So we will continue next week. Hope you join us then.